In our binary search code, you may recall that we are setting low to mid plus 1 and high to mid minus 1 in case we have to, let's say, we have not found the item. Now, the question that comes up is why mid plus 1? Why not mid? Why mid minus 1 and why not mid again, right? So, this looks kind of like, very, let's say, innocent in some sense, but we have to see it very carefully. So what I'm getting at is that, look, remember, if number has not been found and if x is less than L mid, I go high is mid minus 1, low is mid plus 1. Now, one way to think about it is that, look, I'm searching in the middle location with the intention that I'm going to discard half the list. Now, since the list is sorted, so let's say in this case, I'm discarding the upper half. In fact, my mid minus 1 will bring me to one location before this, which seems to make sense because this point has already been searched, right? So intuitively, this is logical to do mid minus 1. But in fact, the reason is likewise, let's say low, mid plus 1 for the low. So, for example, in this case, I move the low pointer to mid plus 1 because this location has already been searched, right? So in that sense, it's logical to do this. But in fact, the reason is a little bit deeper. In order to, let's say, understand this, let's say I do an experiment where I just make it, let's say, high is mid and low is also equal to mid. So I'm not doing mid minus 1, mid plus 1. Say I run this, so I need to run this code once. When I run this binary search, you notice this runs quite fine. In fact, the number is found. But let's see what happens if I made it 23.5. Now notice this is my case where the number that I'm searching for is in the range, but not in the list. Unfortunately, now this is running for a while because if you notice, we have ended up in an infinite loop. Basically 23, 24, 23. My code is refusing to get over. I have created an infinite loop by doing this simple act. Let's see why this has happened. So in this case, we are looking for 23.5 in a list that contains numbers from 0 to 99. As always, we start with iteration number 1. Low is 0, high is 99. And the mid is 49 because that's a floor division. So that's 49. Now in this case, remember, I'm setting high equals to mid, which means that my 49 is obviously more than 23.5. So I go and set my high to 49. Then the mid becomes 24. I set my high to 24. Now clearly mid becomes 12. At this point of time, I'm searching at 12. Remember, 12 is less than 23.5, which means that my low will come into action. So I'll start moving the low pointer now. Low will become equal to mid again. So 12 becomes 18, becomes 21. If you keep going, you come to a point where it becomes 24, 23, 23, 24, and 23. Now, at this point, remember, my low is going to be set to mid because I'm searching at 23. And the number itself is 23.5, which means my low must be moved up. But because low is being set to mid, in fact, low will stay 23. I will keep doing this forever and ever again. I will end up in an infinite loop. And that's exactly what is going on, which is why I wouldn't want to set low to, let's say, mid, high to mid as well. In fact, I'll do low is mid plus 1 and high is mid minus 1, because with that, I am guaranteed to get that inversion that I was looking for. Remember, in this scenario, the program ends when I have an inversion of the pointer. So that's what I was looking for. So for example, when I do, let's say high is mid minus 1 and low is mid plus 1, when I run the same case again, 23.5, let's see how this plays out. So when I do this, you notice I come to a point where low, high, and mid have become equal. Now clearly in this case 23 is less than 23.5, which means I'll move my low upwards. Low will become 23 plus 1, which is 24. Inversion of pointers will happen and the loop will exit. So basically, to summarize, this particular condition is letting us prevent infinite loops in the situation where the item is not in the list. Think about it carefully. Happy to discuss. Take care. And do look at our website www.ybyte.in because we have a lot of material through which you can learn programming and algorithms. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.